everybody, and welcome to Hearts of Iron 4, The Road to 56, the Norwegian playthrough. Sorry, I meant Sweden playthrough. I was thinking Scandinavian, but for some reason I said Norwegian. Oh well, that sort of thing happens. So hello, yes, here we are, finally back with some more Hearts of Iron 4. Alright, let's get all our divisions up and ready, shall we? We don't have as many divisions as I'd like, but oh well. But we have more than... Okay, maybe we don't have more than Norway. And definitely not as many as Sweden. Anyway, so, you already know how this is going. The Swedish monarchy was stripped of its power in 1917 by a combination of liberal and social democratic ministers under the leadership of Nils Eden. I'm gonna go with that pronunciation because otherwise I'm gonna butcher the beautiful Swedish language, and I don't particularly want to do that. So. However, the world has become increasingly unstable as of recent times, and the constant bickering and dilly-dallying of democratic rule places the future of Sweden at risk. This is terrible. We're gonna get the Royalists' return. Alright, let's get the technology. We want sniper teams, of course. We gotta get construction. Gotta get a whole bunch of construction, cause let's look at our national spirits. We got Swedish neutrality, which means we can't join anything, we can't guarantee anything, we can't send volunteers, and we cannot embargo. We got King Gustav V, trade deal opinion factor plus 10%. We got Swedish disarmament. This is the big problem. Civilian to military factory conversion rate plus 40%. Military factory construction speed minus 40%, and naval-based construction speed minus 40%. We also can't go up on the conscription laws, which is a problem. And then we got Swedish-German trade, so infrastructure, civilian factories, and trading with Germany are increased. And then the nationalist military garrisons. While most military garrisons in Sweden have been disbanded, the fascist influence still taints the area. There are also large portions of the military who long for the king to take control, or someone willing to do what it takes to stand against the communists. So we get more fascism support and neutrality support. So this will eventually be going down. But since we're going with the Royalists, we'll get a whole bunch of authoritarian support, which is very good. We're missing equipment, we're missing fighters, but I already looked at that, and there's just no possibility of fighters. We're gonna finish these ships up, and then I think we're gonna focus on convoys largely. I went ahead and already queued up everything here. We got the railroads, we got the civilian factories, a few supply hubs along the border. So for this particular playthrough, the thought I was having was Swedish Empire. I remember it specifically from a history video. Oh, that's a good thought. I should bring the Navy together. So I was thinking to myself, Sweden used to be a massive empire. Used to control Norway, Finland to some degree, and Estonia. I remember they eventually lost a coalition war against the Tsardom of Russia, Poland, Lithuania, as I recall, and I think it was Prussia. Can't 100% remember that. Oh, and I also forgot they owned Denmark and the Faroe Islands. But, you know, regardless. We're gonna pop it up to 3-speed, and we're going to let this go. We should probably move all of our people to Stockholm. Let's move all the troops to Stockholm, and then we can get a understanding of what kind of divisions we got here. I have to take a guess and assume this is the militia division, regular army, cavalry, of course. I I don't know what this is supposed to be. I think we're gonna get rid of this one. I don't really know what the point of it is. We're not using tanks. Genuinely, we just can't. Let's see. Okay, so our forces are taking a little while. I have it on completely random, as usual, so all the countries of the world can literally do whatever the heck they want. Except Ethiopia. Ethiopia is probably about to die, as usual. So, alright, let's, Navy. Let's get the Navy together. Let's go ahead and merge you guys up. Okay, we have somewhat of a fleet. We got let's see, we got 9 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers, 10 destroyers, and 10 submarines. Okay, not particularly fantastic, but no matter. Most of our troops are almost down here in Stockholm. I noticed when I was looking at things, Sweden doesn't really have that much of a railway connection, as you can see. Which is a slight problem, but if we go to the construction map mode real quick, and I pick railways, you'll see that we sort of have a lot of railroads we need to upgrade. Most of these are absolutely terrible, like level 1 kind of terrible, if that was an obvious example. So we're gonna be focused on civilian factories for a little bit. Unfortunately, that's just what we gotta do. And I don't really know what else to do. We could do anti-fascist raids, but stability is really not particularly a strong suit right now. Okay, we're about to get the Royalist return, so... Alright, wonderful. You see, now we have a slight problem. We can't pick either of these, for obvious reasons, so we gotta find something else to do. So, I think we need to address the state of disarmament. Ever since the Swedish Defense Act of 1926, we have been a disarmed nation, not by treaty of war, nor outside interference, but by choice. However, the current situation in the world is looking like times are changing, and we need to be ready for it. Should we stick to our disarmed state and let fate decide? Okay, we get 2 building spots, and we get 100% local power. Let's see what we want to do from here. We can either A, begin initial rearmament, which means we cannot be democratic at all. And then we need a certain level of war support and world tension. Which we might be able to slightly start building military factories. I think we should probably look into either the Swedish industrial reinvigoration or the initial rearmament thing. We could also do this in a little bit, but I think I'm gonna leave that for now. Alright. Who do we decide? Do we go with King Gustav, or we go with Prince Gustavs? Why are they both named Gustav? Is that their first name, or their last name? Okay, that's their last name, and their first name is both Adolf. Adolf the 5th and Adolf the 6th. Oh well. Swedish names were a little interesting back then. Then again, Adolf was an actual popular name, believe it or not. But I digress. Okay. We're gonna pause the game. Let's see here. Ba ba da ba da. Got the Monarchist fever. which will, oh, we'll only get that done with in 38. Okay, we got some political power, so we can get this person. Um, huh. Could be helpful in the future, but for the moment, it's just not. Minister of Trade, no. Trade Unionist, no. Staunch Monarchist. Okay, here it is. So we need 150 political power before we can trigger that. Alright, well, that's fine. Anti-fascist raids. Yeah, I think we're gonna go for... We're gonna get anti-fascist raids. So we can slowly but surely get rid of the fascist party. Get more nationalist, authoritarian ways. Did cost us a little bit of political power, but ultimately it's fine. Yeah, something tells me that we're gonna need to stock up. We're gonna end up needing to make a lot of military factories. Chief problem with that partially comes to build speed. So we'll have this one done in May, and then this one will take even longer. So we got 6 of the 16 factories, civilian factories we have, building consumer goods. Which is a slight issue. Oh, right, divisions, okay. You guys are the militia ones, so I'll leave you alone for the moment. You guys can switch to regular equipment. I'm realizing that perhaps we need a few more military factories. We don't even have oil storage. Awesome. Okay, what's going on here? The Führer stabbed to death. Oh, wow, okay. The German Reich has been shocked by the news of the assassination of its Führer, Adolf Hitler. It seems that the German Chancellor went missing for a few hours, starting to raise the alarms amongst his entourage. After a day of research, his body had finally been discovered hidden under a barrel of fuel near an oil depot close to the Berlin suburb of Marzahn. The body of the Chancellor had clear traces of penetration by a piercing weapon. The preliminary report identified it as some kind of combat knife. The body was then carried around and finally hidden on the site of its discovery. Needless to say, the Berlin garrison has been on high alert for 2 days, and rumors start to circulate about the potential assassin, alongside with the question of the succession between the bigwigs of the NSDAP. A coup, you say? Oh, and it looks like Göring's going to take power. Göring assumes leadership. Following the death of Adolf Hitler, many wondered who would lead the nation in his footsteps. We now have an answer to this question, as earlier this morning, Hermann Göring was sworn in as the new Führer of the German Reich. In a speech before the Reichstag, Göring accused Britain and France of masterminding Hitler's assassination and stated Germany's unequivocal commitment to the utter destruction of both nations. That's interesting. So let me look at their path real quick. So get rid of Hitler. Führer's dead. So the question is, what will they go for now? Will they go for the monarchy? Could be promising. Or will they go for the take advantage of political turmoil thing and possibly go communist, or theoretically democratic? I don't know. One side is a civil war, and the other side is also a civil war. But the question is, which side of this, which civil war is Germany headed for? Also, what are the other countries doing? That's a good question. I really don't know. Britain. I'm not seeing steady as she goes as a national focus, which is interesting. It could mean that Britain's going an alternative path, theoretically. Sorry, where was I? Alright, let's get rid of these. Let's look at these compared to these. Okay, so yeah, you guys really are just fucking militia divisions. Let me get rid of you as it stands. Let's just make all of them, for the moment, regular infantry divisions. We'll get rid of the militia ones, and we'll keep the cavalry just in case. I don't imagine we'll really need it for the minute, but we can just hold on to it. We need a general. Winter attrition, definitely going to be our guy. Considering we're in Sweden, and our two neighbors, well... Finland and Norway? Regardless. Ooh, logistics wizard. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that. Logistics wizard is going to be absolutely fantastic. Oh, what's this? Recent policy and good living. Influx of immigrants. Okay, cool. We get more people. We are also going to need a lot more people, because these divisions are kind of expensive. Oh well. Shouldn't matter too much. State of disarmament will almost be done in a minute. What's the plan here? What do we want to do? What's this? Empower the national garrisons. I didn't even know that was a thing. Oh, that's what it meant when it said garrison questions. Okay, that makes more sense. So, when we do that, we get a whole bunch of stability. Let's see. Hold on. The fuck? Our German trade. We signed the Swedish-German trade treaty a few years ago. However, as tensions in the world are increasing, we must look over the treaty once more and decide what to do. Should we keep our current path, move towards self-reliance, or increase our trade with the Germans? Interesting. Is this... Okay, that's... Okay, we can either find trade partners, or we can expand German trade influence. Let's see, with increased Swedish-German trade, consumer goods factories, -10, infrastructure and construction speed plus more, extra trade to target country trade loss, or we lose the construction speed, infrastructure, and whatnot, and we get more political power, production efficiency growth. And the consumer goods factory goes down the same. I think we're going to leave that alone for the moment. We're just going to focus our political power on getting the staunch monarchist for the moment. So we can better work on getting this guy out. And getting the prince in eventually. Until then, we got 14 divisions, and we need to figure out a place to stick them. I say we should probably stick them on the Norwegian border. Okay, we're gonna get fuel storage. I think that would be wise of us. All right, we should have this in 2 days. 2 days. All right, let's look at the construction queue. May. And we got stage disarmament done. Okay. So, how much? We need 45%, and we are currently at 34%. But we did get a whole bunch of political power, so let's get this monarchist in. We should have this by we should have enough, I think, by 37. But until then, it's going to take a little bit. Can't do this one because war support. No, war support's fine. It's the world tension. So we're gonna get Swedish industrial reinvigoration. Whole bunch of bonuses for industry stuff, infrastructure, civilian factory, and dockyard increase, which will help a lot. Which will be good. Let's unpause the game. I'm noticing we don't have enough divisions to man the entire Norwegian border. But we also don't have the manpower at the moment either in order to train new divisions. I feel like most of our divisions should be down here, probably near Oslo. 1936. Oh, hold on. What's going on here? Under the control of the British. Mandate in Palestine. Oh, okay. Looks like Palestine is about to dissolve into infighting. We're gonna get defense, I think, for our infantry stuff for the moment. That does remind me. Production, small arms, do the weapon infantry person, support equipment, locomotive and wagon manufacturer. What? I don't. Sure, we're just gonna go with that. I guess. I'm a little confused on that one, but I'm just gonna go with it. This Swedish disarmament thing is a problem. It really is. Nationalist military garrisons. Okay, second naval treaty. Pretty much stop making big ships. To sum it up. We're gonna go on exercise. We're just gonna go on naval exercise for the minute. For our ships. At the very least, it'll give us some naval experience. It will not be fantastic for fuel, but whatever. We're already looking into improving that with the fuel storage. Popular Front victory in the French Republic. Okay. I think that's the Communist Party, isn't it? Yeah, a whole bunch of communist support just suddenly showed up. That's not good. And there's steady as she goes. Okay, Britain's going down its regular path. Stanley Baldwin? I mean, okay. Goering's currently focusing things. German political... Okay. I don't know what path they're going for. They might be going for this stuff, maybe. They got the Kriegsmarine, they got the Luftwaffe, and I think they got this one as well, but I don't know where Germany's going. I don't know where Italy's going either. I forget Egypt is an actual country in the Road to 56 mod sometimes, I'm gonna be honest. Ethiopia's still not dead, surprisingly. I'm surprised that I'm actually kind of surprised they've managed to last till May. Usually, Elite either does. Usually they just do something. I'm surprised the Sultanate of Ossoa is still alive as well. But no matter. All right, this one will be done in about 6 days, which will be good. Civilian... Okay, the construction thing is just done, so that should make that even faster. Concentrated or dispersed? I think we're gonna go with concentrated industry. Let's see. Leave that alone. Okay, I think we're gonna take the political power and we're gonna do all of these with the stability modifiers. Oh, and there's the German Civil War. Did Ethiopia just have a civil war? Oh my god, they did. What just happened? I'm confused. Okay. So, a fascist civil war just broke out in Ethiopia. Okay. I haven't seen that one, off the top of my head. I don't even know what this focus tree is. I had to assume it's reach out to the Italians. Yeah, it's the event Ethiopian Civil War. Okay. So Ethiopia is in a civil war. Germany is in a three-way civil war. The question now comes down to, Erwin von Witzleben, obviously Hermann Göring, or Ernest Thälmann. So is it going to be communism? Is it going to be democracy? Or is it going to be fascism? I sort of expected, I kind of hoped for the monarchy path for Germany, to be honest, but, you know, you can't have everything. Exercise in the Navy. Oh, looks like one of our ships done. Wonderful. What do you mean you can't deploy? Ah, insufficient manpower. Okay, that's fair. Just gonna stop exercising for the moment. To be honest, I don't think I've ever seen the Navy give me this screen of cannot deploy. Hopefully they'll have enough, I guess, by the end of this next month. But unfortunately, until then, we can't go up our conscription law because of the Swedish disarmament thing, which is a slight problem. Okay. We're slowly working up on the civilian factories list. I take it. Oh no, we are still getting trade. Huh, that's interesting. The Civil War can go either way. It just kind of depends. I'm going to take a guess and say they chose the communist one, considering the Luftwaffe, Marines, and Volksarmy. So I have to assume this is the path that was actively chosen. Which is interesting. Ugh. The sneezing is terrible. Oh yeah, definitely is. Because Germany has their regular focus tree now. Yeah. They have their regular focus tree for the Reich. The Republic, though, I don't know what's okay. They do have the same focus tree as the other ones. We'll have to see where that goes. It's either going to be the Socialists. It's really a three-way split. It can go really any way, but doesn't particularly matter to us too much. Ooh, right, we have things we can do. Let's get the radio. I think that'll be helpful. And then I don't really know. Ooh, definitely the combat service support. Actually, the flexible railway network would probably be better for the construction of the supply hubs and whatnot, considering how much of those we are actively constructing. Okay. 45%, we are only at 41, so we're gonna have to do a different focus. Ooh, that could be useful for the consumer goods. Civilian factories, whole bunch of infrastructure, civilian factories. Could go with the initial disarmament. I think I'm gonna go with the initial rearmament for the moment. Partially so we can get the land doctrine, but partially so we can reduce this. The sooner we can get that and turn that into change conscription law, the sooner, you know, everything's just gonna go infinitely better. I'm not really certain what Norway's going for. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting question, but it'll have to be covered in the next video. So we got a good start. We figure out where we're going here. We got our construction queue all queued up. Our railway networks, supply issues, so on and so forth. We're gonna have a little bit of those for a while. Germany's fractured into a civil war, which is pretty interesting. After the death of the Führer. Palestine looked like they were going for one, but I'm not 100% certain on what's going on there. And Ethiopia has done something I've never seen before previously. They've went for a civil war in service of Italy for their nation, which I've never seen before, truth be told. It's hard to say what the other nations of the world are going for at the moment. Well, 100% anyway. Besides Britain. Britain's just going its regular path. Soviets could still civil war, it's possible. Japan could do something interesting. That's a lot more democratic support than I feel like they usually have. But I'm just gonna put a cap on that. Civil war is gonna break out probably fairly soon in Spain. And I don't know if Norway and Finland will give in, but that'll have to be something we'll need to figure out. But until then, everyone, I hope you all enjoyed this video of Monarchist Sweden, and I will see you all next time. Dragon Man out!